So today we're going to be making Cara Cake. You heard that right. I didn't say carrot. I said Cara Cake. The reason I call it Cara Cake is because there is no carrots in this recipe. We're going to be using squashes. I have got kabocha, a butternut, and walnut squashes here. And the one I'm using today is the kabocha squash. If you haven't tasted a kabocha squash yet, I highly recommend you do. They are so versatile. People can use them, eat them plain, raw, cooked, slightly boiled, whatever. People make hummus out of this. I'm making a carrot cake out of it today. So let's get started. What I did was I ran it through the shredding device. I ran 2 cups through the shredding device on the food processor. See, it's all nice and ready for me here. And then I've got the usual suspects we need for carrot cake. So we're going to start with 1.5 cups of dates at room temperature. Not soaked, not right out of the fridge. I found that room temperature is the best way to go. Okay, cut small bits. So I removed the dates from the food processor, and I'm going to add 1.5 cups walnuts, 1 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon, 3/4 teaspoon of fresh ginger, a teaspoon nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and a splash of vanilla. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to add the dates back in, as well as our squash. Now I'm going to pulse these in like 1 second measurements. Now this is where a tamper would be wonderful. Somebody needs to invent a tamper for these food processors. Now you don't want this to turn into a mush. You just want it incorporated. That's why we're going to start using the pulse. Sometimes you have to stop and scrape the sides. Or you can stir it by hand in a bowl, which I'm about to do. This is where we start stirring in about 1/4 cup of raisins and 1/4 cup of coconut flour. Mash and drag is a good way to incorporate all the ingredients. Mash and drag. So we have a beautifully textured carrot cake here. I still see all the ingredients in there, but they're still well incorporated enough. And we don't want a mushy carrot cake. If you overprocess them, they will turn to mush. If you use soaked dates, it'll be too mushy. This is just perfect. Now, there's 3 different types of frosting you can use. The coconut cream out of a can. It tastes great, but it's out of a can, and I don't eat anything out of a can. What I'm using today is coconut yogurt. Why not? It tastes great, and it's really nice and white. This is loaded with probiotics. Like, I can't believe this cake is such a healthy cake. So I have a whole jar of this I'll be using. Or you can make your own. Marcus made a video how you can make your own coconut yogurt. A little bit of vanilla extract. They call this icing sugar because it's powdered sugar. Actually, this isn't really powdered sugar. This is Marcus sweet. I just pulverized it in a blender, turning it into powdered sugar. Or you can use a coffee grinder. And to give this whipped cream topping a little bit of body, I'm going to add the rest of the coconut flour. And then we're going to just dollop it onto the cake now. This must be like the healthiest whipped cream icing in the world. No dairy products, all probiotics, natural sugars. Wow, it just doesn't get better than and healthier than this. And it doesn't even taste healthy. It tastes delicious. It tastes sinful. Feel free to decorate your cake any way you like. I like to add a little border of the candied walnuts, keeping with the orange theme. And guys, you know, it is a holiday season, and if you're lucky enough to be invited to friends or family's homes, you should bring something. And I think if you bring this cake, it'll really knock their socks off. So this is the only carrot that's actually in this cake right there. Okay, so into the freezer it goes for a good half hour to firm up. And this one I made yesterday, it has got a cashew frosting. Nothing, it has no coconut yogurt whatsoever. It's just cashews, coconut butter, sea moss, and a little sweetener in the blender. I was just trying out some different icings yesterday. This one isn't as white as you would get from coconut in a can or coconut yogurt. So it's your option. I prefer a little white, kind of is more aesthetic, but this tastes great. So totally up to you. Nice. I'm just going to take a little sliver. Beautiful. All nice and a thick layer of cream. Now, personally, I know this is going to taste delicious because I love cashew frosting, but again, it's just not as white. Yeah. Bring this to your holiday parties and your friends and family will love you. So there you have it, folks. Cara Cake, a new twist on carrot cake. Carrot cake without the carrots. But it tastes just like carrot cake, but better. So don't let the squash scare you. Use the squash, try it, and you will never go back to carrots again. I hope you guys have wonderful holidays. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and take care. Bye-bye.